This is London.
These are dangerous days.
Ladies and gentlemen, your first contest is set for one fall. Let's bring our first wrestler to the ring.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's me, Mr. TV, John Atkins. We are here in Margate for a very special event celebrating 10 years of LDN wrestling. That's right, a decade of excellence in British professional wrestling, and what a night we have got for you today. Making his way to the ring, Jonathan Hardwick, a man who has been a stalwart of LDN wrestling history, amongst other such luminaries as Kendo Nagasaki, Johnny Saint, not to mention homegrown talent such as Travis, Hakan and Yorgos. It's been an incredible 10 years, and yet it's still only just getting started. We're here in Margate today for what promises to be a very special event, celebrating 10 years of the very best of British professional wrestling. In the ring, Jonathan Hardwick, and up to our promoter and ring announcer, Sanjay Bagga.
Introducing first, he is the Duke of London, Jonathan Hardwick.
Well, Jonathan Hardwick not finding the crowd to his liking here tonight. I think that might be wishful thinking, Jonathan.
The winner is the ring. Let's the music for his opponent, please.
And here comes a man who will be no stranger to long-time fans of LDN wrestling, a man I used to manage, Mr. Chris Wyld. Fantastic to see him back in LDN wrestling for its decade celebration. I managed him in the very early days of LDN along with Big Jag, our bodyguard, and we had great success. We never quite reached championship gold, but there is no doubt in my mind that if anyone could step into the LDN championship ring and walk away with the belt, it would be that man right there, Chris Wyld. Wyld now a family man, as you can see, but still in fantastic condition. And from what I hear, he has not missed a step in the ring. I, for one, am looking forward to seeing him get back in the ring here tonight to take on the Duke of London, Jonathan Hardwick, in what is sure to be a hard-hitting and explosive encounter. Wyld, of course, and indeed Jonathan Hardwick, both big stars in the days of LDN Capital TV, the first and longest running British wrestling television show to air nationally since the days of the World of Sport. So Chris Wyld in one corner, Jonathan Hardwick in the other. There's the bell. This one now then is underway. Two highly skilled athletes in the ring. Two very different styles. You've got the power, that explosive ability of Chris Wyld on the one hand, and on the other side of the ring you've got the more considered, the more slow down, the more methodical pace of Jonathan Hardwick. And you can see immediately Jonathan Hardwick is forcing Chris Wyld to reconsider his plans. There it is then, the collar and elbow tie-up, as these two lock it up in the centre of the ring. Wyld, perhaps surprisingly, getting the better of that initial encounter. Slapping on a nice wrist lock. But as I said, it was Hardwick as the more scientific of the two competitors. But don't count Chris Wyld out. He really is the total package. Size, strength and skill. Nice reversal though by Hardwick. Into an armbar, or excuse me, a wrist lock of his own. Bringing Wyld down to his knees. And he's going to have to look for a counter now. Rolls through. Gets a reversal. Very nicely done. Snapmare takedown. Into a chin lock. Goes for the roll up. There it is. The shoulders are down. 1, 2. And just a 2 count. And that could have been very humiliating for Jonathan Hardwick, who, if his pre-match words are to be believed, was not expecting a particularly difficult evening here this evening in Margate. Nonetheless, you take Chris Wyld lightly at your own peril. Wyld with the go behind. Nice takedown. Not many places for Hardwick to go from there. Nonetheless, he finds a counter. And this is great back and forth scientific wrestling. That is typical of LDN and indeed British wrestling in general. LDN wrestling is British and proud of it. With a long lineage of stars dating back to the days of the world of sport. Lovely takedown there by Wyld. Make no mistake about it, these two are two of the top wrestlers in the country today. With actually nearly 2 decades of experience between them, and they're still young men in their prime. Right hand there from Hardwick. I don't think it was a closed fist. Now the referee's going to have words about that. We might in fact see a public warning. But I think the referee being a little lenient there. Nonetheless, Wyld has been hung out to dry. Jonathan Hardwick going up top. Things not looking good for Chris Wyld, who gets sent to the outside and takes a nasty tumble. And indeed, there it is, that first public warning for Jonathan Hardwick. And Wyld, well, the referee's just gone to check on him. But my goodness, Wyld looked like he was knocked absolutely silly by that high drop kick to the outside from the top rope. Nonetheless, he has his wits about him to duck that clothesline. Comes in over the top. Double leg Nelson. Goes for the roll up. The shoulders are hooked with just a 1 count. Hardwick reverses. Another back and forth reversal. And just a 2 count. But this thing isn't over yet. The shoulders are down. Wyld down now. 1, 2. Hardwick for the cover. And into the ropes. And the referee finally, well, here they go. They're still going for it. Wyld now whips Hardwick off the ropes. Hardwick with the reversal. Wyld ducks the clothesline. Goes underneath the legs. Hardwick doesn't know which way to turn. And eats a big boot to the face. There's another great drop kick there from Chris Wyld. As I said, showing he's not lost a step since these early days of 2004 when LDN was just a fledgling young upstart promotion. Oh my! That could do it. Head first to the mat there for Chris Wyld. He landed hard on the back of his head. And a big cover there from Hardwick. Just 1 boot though. You're not going to pin Chris Wyld like that. I don't care who you think you are. I don't care how good you think you are. You will not pin Chris Wyld with 1 boot. I used to manage the man. I give you my guarantee. It's just not going to happen. Hardwick back to the drawing board. Big suplex. Wyld still not out of the woods yet. The shoulders down. And just a 2 count. Chris Wyld getting some fan support there from the hometown fans here in Margate. None of that, of course, forthcoming for St Albans' own Jonathan Hardwick. Hardwick really stomping the chest of Chris Wyld. And I think he's stomping even lower than the chest right now. And that, oh, very lucky not to receive a second public warning. But a wily veteran like Hardwick knows all the tricks. He knows exactly how to distract the referee. Oh! Never count Chris Wyld out. Big right hands, comes off the ropes with a third. Hardwick staggered, but again gets the upper hand. And Chris Wyld finds himself back on the mat. And a cover from Hardwick. Just a 2 count. Hardwick continuing to apply the pressure. That's a very dangerous hold there because it puts pressure on a lot of different points. Not to mention they're dropping the entire body weight on the left arm of Chris Wyld, and the referee you see checking on Wyld, asking if he's fit to continue. Believe me, as long as there's breath in Chris Wyld's body, that man is not going to quit. I know him too well for that. I don't recall ever seeing him lose a match by submission. But Hardwick hoisting him up, dropping him down as a backbreaker on the back of the leg. And that might be all. 1, 2, 3. No! No. Just a 2 count again. Unbelievable fire and determination shown by Chris Wyld. As I said, both Chris Wyld and Jonathan Hardwick date back to the early days of LDN. It started in 2004 in a small gym in Hanwell. And today, now running over 150 shows a year. It is the largest professional wrestling organisation in Great Britain today. And a big splash from Jonathan Hardwick. And these are the 2 of the finest wrestlers, not just in LDN, but of course, in the country. Hardwick looking for the slam. Can't quite get Wyld up. And Wyld now behind. Goes for the roll-up. Just a 2 count from Wyld, but a great reversal. Great ingenuity shown by Chris Wyld in this contest. This time he avoids the big splash. Hardwick, I think, going for the knee. Got caught in the turnbuckles. Chris Wyld now lands hard. Comes off the ropes. Oh my! What a bulldog. Hardwick planted face first right in the centre of the ring. Chris Wyld goes behind. Beautiful belly to back suplex. He nearly turned him inside out. Wyld plotting his next move. I think he senses the end might be in sight. But he might be wasting time. He's going up top. It's a high-risk manoeuvre. But if he hits it, and he hasn't, then it could be all over. Wyld going for his patented top rope leg drop. But he spent too much time. There was too much hesitation. Hardwick was given the opportunity to get out of the way. And now it's Hardwick going upstairs. But he's no high flyer himself. He's spending plenty of time going up top. Hardwick with a big splash, and he hits nothing but mat. Nothing but mat. That was a big mistake from Hardwick. This time Wyld straight to the top. Goes again for the leg drop. This time he hits it. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. No! Unbelievable. What excitement and action we are seeing here. Only in LDN Wrestling. Both men giving it everything they've got. Leaving it all in the ring. Wyld finally hit that top rope leg drop. He's put so many men away with it. But Jonathan Hardwick, clearly made of stronger stuff. Love him or hate him, there's no denying his toughness. And this fight now, this match I should say, has broken down into a fight. These two just exchanging blows like a barroom brawl in the middle of the ring. Wyld going for the slam. Look at that strength, but still can't quite pick him up. Hardwick reverses, not the pile driver. If he hits this, it has to be over. Oh my! Straight on the head. That's got to be all. 1, 2, 3. Jonathan Hardwick walks away with the win after a devastating pile driver on Chris Wyld. What a match. What a display. Back and forth action the whole way. 2 of the best in Britain. But when it came down to it, it was the Duke of London, Jonathan Hardwick, picking up the big win over Chris Wyld with a devastating pile driver. I don't care how big you are, how tough you are, how many muscles you've got. When Jonathan Hardwick hits that pile driver, no one gets up. What a win for Jonathan Hardwick. It's a disappointing night in the office for Chris Wyld. But what a great way to kick off the 10-year anniversary of LDN Wrestling. Hardwick certainly didn't make any fans here tonight, but Chris Wyld, on the other hand, very, very popular despite losing here tonight. He lost this contest, but no doubt he'll pick himself up, dust himself down, and he'll be back to wrestle another day. I guarantee it.